Hey everyone, Eric here, and I just wanted to stop in and shoot this quick video about my experience over the last few days in relation to Hurricane Ian and loss. Now, as you may know, this hurricane that just came barreling through Florida was one of the worst storms that this state has had to deal with. I'm hoping that a storm of this magnitude, it's a long time before it happens again, because this was just a harrowing experience. Not from my perspective, just all the activity around it. You know, the folks down in Port Charlotte and Fort Myers and Sanibel, I am heartily sorry for the losses that they have had to endure, whether it's their home of 30, 40, 50 years, or even if somebody just moved there. More importantly, the loss of life that those folks might have to be dealing with on a magnitude that we're not aware of just yet. But loss is so challenging for us as humans because we are meaning seeking. We want to know why something like this has to happen. And oftentimes we can get stuck in that why. Why did the hurricane have to change its track away from Tampa and go south of us? We're like, why did it have to be a category 4? Like all these questions that we have because we're standing in the midst of this destruction and we want answers. We want to know why this had to happen to us. Here's the thing though. When we are going through the loss of a loved one, or in this case, the loss of a house, or both, where we find the why isn't in asking those questions and just waiting for answers to come to us. Where the answers come from to that why is what we do to move forward. When you are experiencing a setback in your life, whether it is the loss of a loved one or in this case, the loss of a home, or even potentially both, there are a few things you can do in order to kind of get back up and keep moving forward. The first thing is to make sure that you are good yourself. It's not selfish to make sure that you are on stable ground with your mindset, the next steps you need to take, and it may take a little while to get there, but surviving something like this is absolutely crucial, because if you're not good, you can't be good for anybody else around you. And that's the second part of this, is that when we actually are able to help other people, it actually helps us heal too. And so what can you do in that case? Again, it's not why did this happen, but what can you do in the moment? And there's a few things you can do. First of all, again, make sure you're good with yourself. Secondarily, in terms of what you can do, you can volunteer yourself to either organizations or even travel to that location if it's safe. And remember, be safe when you do this. Donate if you can. Contribute to the solution does have that effect of you are helping someone and it does help you. Maybe donating to the Red Cross. I've got some things actually that I have in the back of my Jeep right now that I'm taking down to the Red Cross a little bit later today. Pillows, a fold-away bed. Somebody else needs it more than me right now, and it's okay. Maybe you can send supplies. Maybe if you have a friend who's helping other people, get online, help them by sending an Amazon package full of supplies to where they are. And it's okay if you don't feel like that is the right path for you. Maybe the right path for you is to just simply be a support system from someone who is going through it right now. I've got a family friend who lives down in Miami, and she has a friend who lived over in Fort Myers, and unfortunately I think that her house is gone from the storm, but she's now housing her friend for an indefinite amount of time while she figures out what her next steps are. Supporting somebody could just be checking in on them every single day. Instead of saying to someone, call me if you need anything. Instead, reach out to them, stay in contact with them, ask them what they need from you. Maybe they can't answer that question, and that's okay, but constant checking in really makes a difference. Over the last few days, I live in Tampa. Tampa was largely spared. I went to Orlando. It was worse from a rain perspective there, but I've had probably 15, 20 people reach out, hey, are you okay? I can't tell you how much that means to know that family and friends really care about you. So it's really important to do that. The last thing you can do is to lean on family and friends when you need that. It's okay. If we isolate, boy, it just makes things worse. So you have family and friends. There are people you can lean on. If you don't feel like you can, then get yourself into an online community that allows you to connect with others who are going through the same thing. And I can guarantee you after Hurricane Ian that there are probably support groups and online support groups for hurricane relief that you can join that not only provide resources for you, but they also provide mental and emotional support. Because honestly, the best support that I received was connecting with others who were kind of going through the same thing that I'm going through. Just 2 months ago, I had to put my dog Bean down, and it was hard. I've been with Bean for about 10 years now, and it was almost 10 years to the day that I had her, and it was such a challenge to try to figure out what to do. But I connected with 2 other friends who actually lost their dogs around the same time. And so we've kind of got this little triangle of support, and it feels so good to know, to get a message to say, hey, how you doing today? Boy, oh boy, what a great question to ask. And you can even ask that to the folks that you are connecting with after this hurricane. So as always, guys, I hope this helps. Stay connected to family and friends. Do what you can do. That's where you find meaning. You can ask the question all day long of why, but you're going to find that why only in movement and continuing forward. In fact, I'll leave you with this, is that movement and meaning are inextricably linked. So just keep moving, keep going. I know it sucks right now, but you will get through this. All right?